Hello, beautiful ones. This is Miss Arkeetha. I wanted to come and do a reading tonight for the Super Blood Wolf Moon for 2019. I just thought it would be like, so I've been feeling kind of like, I don't know, out of sorts, kind of. And I know it's because of the full moon. And I just know it's blood moon. And so that's why I wanted to do a reading to see what happens. And I wanted to come live with it and just see what kind of reading that I get for the blood moon. And that's what I want to do. So that's what I'm here with you now. Hopefully I will get someone on here with me. If not, I'm still going to do it because I am really feeling like I might get a good reading because I have been feeling really like antsy, kind of like. My mind has been like all over the place. And I know it's probably because of the full moon, the super blood wolf moon. Wow. And it's so beautiful. My son has been outside, taking pictures of it and everything. And I don't know. I mean, we're just mystified by it. We just think it's beautiful. And I love full moons anyway. So I just wanted to see what kind of readings I would get today. So that's what tonight, because it's tonight that I'm doing this. Is dark outside and the moon is really showing up brightly outside of my house. You can really see it really good. So I just wanted to see what kind of cards I would pull. And if anybody comes on, I'll pull cards for them and see what kind of cards they get tonight for the full moon. But this is for the super blood moon. And I hope it's giving us some information about this government shutdown or what's going on, the climate, what's happening, why so many people so agitated going into the new year. I had such high hopes for the new year, and I still do. But it seems like the new year started out with agitation. Agitation from just all areas. And maybe it has something to do with all these lunar eclipses and the full moons and the blood moons and all of that. And we'll see what kind of cards I pull. I'll start with those to see what I get. And I also like to pull these with it. And they're already popping out, but we'll see. And anywho, I just wanted to see. Because I'm hoping that everything settles itself out and we won't feel as staticky, as agitated as we've been. I mean, there's a lot of things that's making us agitated. The way things are turning out. Our United States, our government is really acting up right now. But personally, though, I'm hoping that all of our energies together can really dispel some of this. Because with us working together, and if all of our energies are positive, then it doesn't matter what anybody else does. We help ourselves most of the times anyway. We're going to have to, because we can't count on anybody else's energies or anybody else to help us. It's just not going to work that way. So I like to dispel energies as much as possible. Even if I can't control the energies, I like to surround myself, block myself, sage myself as much as possible to make sure that I'm covered. And I do that regularly. Because if you don't, then you leave yourself open to any and everything out there. And it's so many new things out there. Let me put it like that. New things out there that we were never aware of in the first place. So we can't even wrap our minds around all of the negative energies that are possibly out there. Okay. Which is true. We went into this new year with such happiness. Happiness. I'm thinking, far as what I'm getting here so far, is that hopefully us going into this new year with a lot of lunar changes, hopefully these full moons will help clear out some of this. We have a lot of fear going into this new year. Again, so happy to go get through 2018. We had such high hopes. We had happiness going into the new year. We were saying death to a lot of things. We were letting go of a lot of things. But all of this energy that's coming from other areas is putting fear in there. It's a lot of fear out there now. Fear of how we're going to do. Trying to accept all of the things that's going on with us now. It's hard. We're having fear about how our seed is going to be able to grow from this. But we are told to hold our space, to make plans and focus. And all this fear and doubt, this negative fear and doubt, we have to get rid of this. It's coming in. All we really want is the happiness. But I think where we're at right now, we have to accept where we're at right now. We have to accept that everybody is not for us, and the people that we thought was for us is not serving us good. And this is what I'm getting, because again, I wanted to do a video about our government shutdown. And honestly, I feel like the government uses all of these lunar eclipse, blood moons, and all of this to assist them in the takeover. They want to take over. They want to take over. And they want us to accept this. And they want us to have fear. They want us to have fear. They want us to have doubt. All of these negative things that go out. It's a different energy. It's a different vibration that goes out when you have fear and negativity, guilt. Honestly, and I'm just saying, I mean, we do what we do because we think it's the best for us and best for our country. But then when we realize we make mistakes, and we're not realizing how the whole system works, we hope it. Oh, sorry about that. My stream dropped. My stream dropped while I was saying it makes me feel nervous sometimes. I don't like that. It's like they're trying to. A lot of us are feeling regret. A lot of us are feeling regret right now about the choices we've made. Because we trusted. We trusted. For some reason, I want to talk about the government shutdown, and I don't know why. I mean, I know why. A lot of us are feeling really let down right now, going into the new year. Just know that this won't last, because evil does not last. And whatever negative, if we just, so it's just popping everywhere. Trust in higher forces. We need to trust and stay. I've been watching all these documentaries on the teachers that's been striking and doing all these things all across the United States now. I think California was the last one. I was watching Bill Marty was talking about it, but I've been seeing it on the news. We have to shift our perception. Listen, we have to shift our perception about what's going on right now. Shift our perception. And a lot of that is we think that these services are working for us, but a lot of times they're working against us because all of this stuff was already putting, the plans were already set. We think that we're voting to change things sometimes, but a lot of times it doesn't look like that's what's happening. And I'm going by my cards. They are really telling me. I got the shaman card with the eagle. Huh? Not the eagle, I'm sorry, the owl. Trust in higher forces. We're going to need some higher forces to help us here in the United States. It's some stuff going on that we're just not aware of. Of course, we'll never be aware of everything and what's going on. It just doesn't work like that. But we have to personally keep ourselves retreat and recharge. We have to keep ourselves covered. We have to take time to reflect on what's going on as well. But I think a lot of us are regretting our choices for the last couple of years, who we were believing in, who we thought had our back. I think some of us actually thought our government had our back. And it's making them sad to find out that it is absolutely not the truth. We're going through a transformation right now. Excuse me. Bless me. We're going through it. The United States is going through a transformation right now. 2019 is going to be so different for us because we're going to need so many people that has the ability to send out positive energy into the universe. We're going to need that bad right now. We need that bad right now. We need positive energy sent out into the universe. We need people. We need to be bold in it. It's just what it is. A lot of us are barely holding on right now. But just know that's just only, you cannot hold great people down. And that is only for a moment in time. Oh, here we go. Divine order. Prioritize counselor. We're going to have someone to really come in and just clean up shop. And the only way I could see that happening, if it's removed from the shop, is in divine order. Again, this was already set in place. It's nothing that we did, and there's nothing that we can do. Far as this ending is going to make a new beginning in the United States. Change. I understand that. Nothing can grow or evolve without movement. So, the only way, for one, is to end the government shutdown, of course. But with ending the government shutdown, if they don't, they can open up the government all they want. But if they don't have good counselor, and if they don't have good counsel, and if they don't have the people's benefit in mind when they're doing this, then it's just for naught. It's just a waste of time. we're going to have to, we're going to have to cover ourselves, meaning spiritually, meaning that's the only way you're going to be able to get through it. There's a purpose behind it. And it's not a wall. It's not a wall. It's not a wall. There's a purpose behind it. It's not a wall. This was already set and planned way before Trump and a wall. The only way we're going to be able to grow is if we expand our consciousness and awareness to what's really going on, though. Open our minds. Stop letting things block us from the reality of what everything is, because that's what we're doing. We want to believe that our government means as well. But that is not always true. I've been, like I said, I've been feeling so out of sorts with this blood moon. It's so beautiful though. But as a country, we're about to go through a major change. When I say a major change, I'm talking about one that we have never seen before. Because, again, it's going to change all of our relationships. It's going to change all of our relationships with other countries, not only with the way we look at each other within our own country, but it's going to change the relationships within our country. It's no coincidence that this is the longest government shutdown that we've ever had. It's no coincidence to me. So everything happens for a reason. There's no compassion behind it, because we're not thinking about all the other people that this hurting. And the whole thing is we need to find out the purpose behind it, the real purpose behind it. Because a lot of it has to do with other people's self-esteem. Of course, a lot of promises was made, which they knew they were not going to be able to. They knew they were not going to be able to bring these promises to fruition. There was no compassion or empathy for us in this. Because the purpose is totally something different than what they're putting across. And when I say they, the they is not even who you think that they are. They want you to feel like you're in a total state of grief at all times. They want you to feel of doubt and fear at all times. When that happens, then you have no choice but to trust others. Shadow people. The government that really, at the end of the day, does not have our best interests at heart. They want us to feel beaten, downtrodden, so we have no choice but to depend on them. Feeding imaginary stories into our minds. It's like I acknowledge my fear and I replace it with an insight of awareness. They want us to, it's a denial of what is truly going on. They want us to deny what is truly going on. Because they don't want us to have the total awareness and insight. So they put out imaginary stories. We still have to trust in our higher forces to get us through this, though, obviously. Clarification. We're going to just have to come. Surrender. They want to surrender. They want us to surrender to the whole process. So in order to have you surrender to the whole process, they want you to release control, your need to control, your aspect of life. If you surrender your control and you have a denial of what's really going on, they can make the picture anything that they want to make the picture. The picture can be anything they want to make it. They're going to have you doubting and fearing yourself, fearing the situation. Trust us. Trust us. Trust in us. If you trust in us, then everything will be fine. That's what I'm getting. Trust in us. Everything. And they want you to have indecision. Be so indecisive in your decision making and be at a point where you feel like you don't have any other choice but to trust them. Okay. All right. Well, that's interesting. Honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect the truth from myself. Okay. So, that's what we are wanting, them to be honest with us, what is really going on, because how it was presented to us, we have to have the courage to fight against this. Stand up and we're not going to take this any longer. But that's hard, right? That's work. It's the Father Sky. Trust in the unknown. Trust in the unknown. They want us to trust in the unknown. That's the thing. No. It's a total redirection. A total redirection. But again, this was something that's been in play, so it's not something that this is not something that had just started. It's nothing that's just started. So what's getting ready to happen is something is ready to blow up. And that is going to be when we're going to find out what the whole intention was behind it. Which is going to be totally different from what the build-up was. The build-up to it. Always wall, 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 wall. It's about a wall, all right. But the wall is going to be us, them separating us from them. Us from them. Separating us from them. Brain connected. I keep getting knocked out. So during this time, what I would suggest is saying, I'll notice your recurring physical, emotional feelings as they signify divine guidance. I got passion a lot. Because the person that is delivering the information to us is a very passionate person about their things. But all is well, is what I got. All is well. Everything is happening exactly as it's supposed to. Hidden blessings you will soon understand. I hope so, because we have so many people out here that is really, really, really struggling so bad. And it is just crazy that people can put their own them over what's important for the whole of the people. Which is, am I crazy? Is that what it was supposed to be about in the first place? The whole of the people. It's just so sad you watching people who actually voted for this person who is not even, and you saying they're supporting you, but how would they be supporting you if they're taking out of your home what you need to support your family?